Hi, this is Jacob with PCTechGuide.com, and today we're taking a look at ILO System Mechanic. The normal price for that product is right around $50, so $49.95. On our site, we do have it for $29.95. It's a link, it's an affiliate link, so we do make a commission if you download it and purchase it through the PCTechGuide.com website. But hey, you are going to save significantly on the product, so I would recommend if you're taking a look at it to head on over to, we'll have the link below in the description. So with the System Mechanic and the System Mechanic Pro, basically what you're missing out on is a System Shield, which is a certified antivirus program that won't slow your computer down, so they say. And it actually doesn't. I've tested out the Pro version over the years numerous times, and it actually is a pretty decent antivirus. So if you're looking for something that's really, really light, I would recommend upgrading it to the System Mechanic Pro if you don't have an antivirus client and you're looking for one. And the other two features that the Pro version gives you is the drive scrubber, which will completely erase your hard drive. And there's numerous tools out there to do that too as well. So, is it a big bonus? No, not really. And then recover accidentally deleted files, photos, and emails on or more from any media drive. And this is their search and recover program, which is actually pretty decent. So it's not as good as any standalone data recovery programs such as NTFS file recovery. That's more used for pros, but it is pretty light for finding those accidentally deleted files even once you removed it from the recycling bin. The program does work, so if that's an issue for you, then definitely these two bonuses can help. But the biggest one you're really buying or doing the upgrade for would be Security Shield. Now, System Mechanic, while it's labeled under a registry cleaner, like almost all registry cleaners out there, they're not really a registry cleaner anymore. It's more of a PC optimization. And I do like the ILO System Mechanic. I'm a big fan of it, have been for years. They put out great software, and that's what I like about them, is they consistently outdo themselves each and every year. Their programs get better and better instead of getting worse and worse, which does happen with quite a bit of companies out there. So these guys stay on top of the ball. And the interface, I'm not the biggest fan of the interface that they have here, but we'll walk you through it and show you what we like and what we don't like. So under the Overview tab, and this is what you're going to see first, you're going to have an option of performing a quick analysis or a deep analysis. We're going to go ahead and just hit the Analyze Now. And we'll wait a few minutes just for this to fully scan. I do like this because it is scanning for malicious programs at startup and then for potentially unwanted programs at startup, which is pretty good, especially if you have a lot of toolbars installed in your system or browser help objects, BHOs, that have been hijacked. So it's going through and scan everything for us. We're going to go ahead, jump in, and we're going to see view the problems instead of the repair all. It's nice that they have the repair all button, but let's actually see what it's repairing. That way you can actually see what this program is actually doing. So right here it says that we have three WMI conflicts within the Windows communication infrastructure, and basically this is hardware and software speaking to each other, and that's actually can be a pretty big issue. So something like that I definitely would want to repair, or what I can do is I can go ahead and click on it, and let me see, can I repair conflicts, repair them now. Yeah. It's not letting me dive in to see, okay, well, which problems are these, and then, I want to know which three conflicts they're actually telling me about. So that's something I don't really like about it, is it's not telling me. Here we have the repairing the system clutter. So this is, I should state this, ILO System Mechanic is great for those who aren't technically savvy, and you can just hit the repair all button. You hit the repair all button, it's going to repair it all for you. You don't have to dive into any of this stuff. And that's what's nice about the program, and is what it'll do is it will create a system restore point before it does the repair. And the purpose of that is in case something does go wrong potentially, you can always undo it really, really easily, and that's very beneficial. So here we see that I have 2.9 gigs, basically 3 gigs of system clutter, and these are going to be unnecessary system files that are on the system. And with this is what I can do is I can actually go in and scan it myself and see exactly where all that clutter is. So I can make the decision of what I want to clean and what I don't want to clean. So for instance, I like my cookies. My cookies help my bank remember me on my computer, so I don't have to go through all the verification process again. So there's certain things I do want to remove and certain things I don't want to remove myself. So with that, I'd probably go in manually. the registry issues. We're going to go look through it real quick. And again, is what they have is they have a separate tool in here for you to actually go in and scan it yourself and look over it and say, okay, what is it that I want and what is it that I don't want when it comes to registry problems. And chances are you're not going to be able to tell anyways. I can't tell most of the time what they're saying the actual problem is, just because it's a lot of key values that really don't make sense to most people unless you have like a map to look at exactly where it's pointing to. So right here we have the startup items, and this could be pretty beneficial to go through and actually show me what startup programs are in there. So I'm actually going to go ahead and pop in and actually take a look at it. So it's saying that Intuit update. So do I need this Intuit update on? And the actuality, no, I don't, because I'm, this is my TurboTax, right? So I already filed my taxes. Why is it still wanting to update on me? Maybe I should uninstall the program. And here we have a Java update. Well, I do want to keep Java on. It's it is a needed program, just so moving around the web. So I do want to keep it on, and I won't be prompted anymore about this. So this is kind of cool that it has this in there, and it's something that I like the way they do it far more than a lot of other optimization programs. So here it's saying that, yeah, your memory level is low. And again, I'm going to go in and you can just go ahead and let them optimize it for you. And this is what it's going to do is it's going to go in, it's going to like defragment the drive and reclaim some of the hard drive space there for me, which can give you system performance. It's one of those things that, will it give you much of a boost? Probably not. Will it give you a little bit of boost? Possibly, but it could be an issue, so it's listed here, and I like that they have it there. Your computer has 5 broken shortcuts. Shortcuts really don't matter. They're not going to slow your computer down. All they're going to do is when you go to open up a program, it's just not going to open for you because the shortcut isn't valid. And usually this is done from uninstalled programs that didn't fully remove all the shortcuts on like the desktop or in the program menus. And that's part of the reason why you're going to have like a lot of registry problems, is just because leftover files that really aren't valid anymore. Now I actually do have an antivirus client installed here, but it didn't detect it for me. So I don't know whose list they go off of to determine whether I have something installed or not installed. Now it is an antivirus program, not dedicated to malware, but still it detects malware. So, take this for a grain of salt if it doesn't detect your antivirus client. Right here is where you're going to get probably the biggest boost of speed using this program. So we're going to go in, we're going to hit the down drop button, and we're going to start the Optimize Wizard now so I can actually see what's going on. So I'm going to go in, and here it's going to show me all the currently active running processes on my system. And I can go through this and say, okay, do I want to keep it on? Do I not want to keep it on? This is Adobe, so PDF reader, right? And I want it to update on me just because I want the latest updates for it. So I do actually want it on. And we're going to see here, and I love this. So community results, 13% turned it off, 87% kept it on. So that's pretty cool because it's telling you like what other people have done. And measurement of impact right here, this is fantastic. This is something like no other cleaner out there does for you. So this is going to tell you how much of an impact this is going to have if I shut it off. Will it help my computer? Will it not help my computer? So I'm going to go ahead and keep this on. We're going to move down the line and see if we can't find a few. This is me waiting for my Windows 10, which I'm on the list for. We have Windows Media Center schedule service. A lot more people turned it on. It's no measurable impact, very slight impact. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off because I don't use that anymore. So I'm going to turn it off. And, just go through this and spend some time on it and say, hey, do I want like the Microsoft Office OneNote quick launcher on there? No. When I go to turn the program on, I'll just turn it on myself. So you can go through and just decide what you want to keep and what you don't want to keep. I use RoboForm all the time, so I'm going to keep that. And this is a great example of a program. If you're not using Skype a lot, I use it every day in my business. So I do a lot of video calls. I do a lot of Skype to Skype calls. So I want it on. However, if you're not using Skype, you can actually get a slight to noticeable impact by turning it off. So this is a perfect example of a program that if you're not using it, just turn it off. And the program's still going to be on your computer. You can still start Skype when you want to start Skype. It's just not going to auto start on you. Again, this is just unwanted startup programs. So the program isn't being removed. It's still installed on your computer. By shutting it off, you're not doing any harm. You're just saying, hey, I don't want it running. When I want it to run, I'll turn it on. Now, I myself, the updates and stuff, programs that want to update on me, I keep them on just so I know when a new update comes down for it, and I don't have to worry about it. So this is a great area, one that I really like. We're going to go back to the problems overview. It's going to do a quick rescan. It's just going to identify the changes that I just made on the system, and which it did, because now I have 25 potentially unwanted programs instead of the 30 that were there from before. Right here it's saying, hey, the registry's never been backed up, so I can go ahead and back up the registry, which is something that you do want to do before you do an actual cleaning of the registry. I would recommend you actually back it up. Now, it's going to create a system restore point for you automatically, so it's not as big of a deal, but it's there. This is saying security vulnerabilities. I'm going to take a look at what this is. So this is security vulnerabilities, and it's going to tell me potentially some programs that are here that may or may not be trusted. So let me go through and take a look at this. So again, what they're calling vulnerabilities aren't necessarily vulnerabilities. It's a potential threat. So that's why they list it here as saying not necessarily extremely severe, but it's still in the red, right? So this is a trusted publisher, though. This is my Hopage card that I use for streaming TV to my other systems. So I actually want these here. So there's nothing that I really want to do with this per se. And there's the NVIDIA, which I trust NVIDIA. We're good there. So there's nothing really for me to fix. But it's nice because programs like browser help objects can be listed here and the like. So it's kind of nice. Now under here, it's going to say anti-malware and firewall, and all this is going to do is it's just going to check for you to see if you have a firewall installed or if anti-malware is installed. They do have the all-in-one tools right here, which is pretty cool. So, this is already covered under the overview, a lot of these, like the PC security, PC cleanup, PC repair, but this is where you can run them all either at once or individually and say, okay, supercharge Windows by running multiple performance enhancing speed boosting tools at once. So I can go ahead and start it, and it'll run this for me real quick. It's giving me the option to optimize my internet settings. So if you are having issues, let's say your web browser is really slow, you got high-speed internet, you got a decent computer, but your web browsing is just super slow, this is great for that because it does go in and it'll kind of untweak some settings you may have done accidentally or from installing other programs on your system. So this one's pretty cool. I've used this before on client PCs to help speed up the web browser, and it works fairly well. And so I would recommend giving it a whirl and testing it out. So it gives you the option of defragmenting the registry and optimizing the system drive too as well under the PC Accelerator. It's a nice program. Once again, if you do the overview scan, you should be good there because it pretty much does everything for you right there. Now under the automated tasks is where you kind of set some of your options. So you can say, okay, optimize the startup configuration when you run the scan, and so you can turn things on, turn things off right here. So it's nice. Let's say you didn't want the registry backed up every 14 days, which there's no reason why it can't be, right? So it's pretty cool. Manually automatically clean up your system clutter. So basically what it's going to do is it's automatically going to go in and do these things for you and repair and all the like. And before it does that, it's going to create that system restore point so you don't ever have to worry about it. It's nice that it's doing all this in the background. So, ILO System Mechanic is great for individuals who are not tech savvy and who can move around. I mean, the user interface isn't necessarily the best, but if you just play with it a little bit, repair all, and then fix all, that's really all you have to do. And it does a really good job of it. And if something does go wrong for whatever reason you're not happy with this, what you're going to do is you're going to go under Safety Net right here. And under Safety Net, you're basically going to be able to go in and uncheck any options. So there's nothing for me to undo at this time. However, what I can do is I can go ahead and just undo like the actions that I just did on there. So it's a really easy way of going back and doing things. Under the option settings, we're going to have the actual settings for all the tools in there. So here's the Safety Net. I can save undo information. I can uncheck these so they're not there anymore, or leave them checked. I'd leave them checked by default. Don't mess with that. Active Care, so I can go ahead and schedule Active Care to run. Live Boost. I actually didn't cover live boost settings, and I should probably do that real quick right now. So the live boost settings, what that's going to do for you, so it'll give you real-time status of how your PC is currently performing, and it's what you're able to do is you're actually able to configure optimization for it. So if I needed, for instance, more battery life, I can have it automatically end certain tasks on my computer so I maximize battery life. Or if I'm gaming, I can have it set up so it's going to shut off all these running processes that I don't need at that point in time. And then when I'm done with the gaming mode, is what I'm able to do is it automatically comes back on. So it can auto sense for you, what you're doing. And so here's the gaming, music, video production, max battery life. So under the show details, it'll tell you what actually triggers it. So, all of these games right here will actually trigger it. So if you're a League of Legends player, when you play League of Legends, it's going to optimize your system so you're actually getting more out of it. Now, it's not for every game there. My son plays Minecraft all the time, and that's not listed here. So it doesn't detect everything, but at the same time, can help for pretty popular games. And, Live Boost can help you. I'd probably say like 10% of all people out there might actually use Live Boost. I guess more if you're on a laptop and you're in the battery saving mode. But for the most part, a lot of people just aren't going to be using it. And it's a nice feature that it's there, but it's not really one that most people are going to be able to take advantage of, in my opinion. Now, why you'd really want to turn this off, I don't know. But this is for the boot time. This is when it's going to defragment the registry and defragment files at boot. So you can say, okay, well, don't do it when, between the hours of 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. because that's when I'm on the computer and I just want it to start up fast, right? So here's the general options for you. And by keeping this checked, it's going to prompt you before doing repairs and optimizations on you. We're going to have show weekly status reports, periodically display informational desktop messages. So this might be, an alert of saying, hey, you can do this on your system, and it'll make it faster. So overall, I give ILO System Mechanic 2 thumbs up. We do have a review of registry cleaners and PC optimization software on the PCTechGuide.com website under the reviews tab, and then under registry cleaners, this is where you're going to find the program. ILO System Mechanic is one of our top 5 picks. I do highly recommend it. It's a great program. Like I said at the beginning of the video, the normal price for this is around $50. However, PCTechGuide.com website, we do have a link going to ILO System Mechanic that gives you a pretty steep discount. So if you're looking to make a purchase and you go through our link, we do make some money, which I thank you for purchasing. You just help me feed my children, which is really, really nice. The one downside I'd say about ILO System Mechanic is I don't really like the user interface. I think it's still too confusing for people. It is fairly easy as just, repair all and then the fix button, right? And, that aspect is easy, and it does take a lot of the worry out of it because it cleans your system for you automatically, which is nice, but at the same time, I just think it could be cleaned up a bit more and make it look a little bit better for non-savvy computer users. That's it for this video. If you have any questions, feel free and ask them in the comment section below or on the PCTechGuide.com website. I hope it helps. Take care. Hi, this is Jacob with PCTechGuide.com, and today we're taking a look at ILO System Mechanic. The normal price for that product is right around $50, so $49.95. On our site, we do have it for